Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Full Potential Show. I'm James Rick, and this is your number one non-boring source for personal development. And today on the line, we have Ben Newman, speaker and author of Fight the Good Fight. And our theme today is, as you guessed it, we're going to talk about how to fight the good fight. A little bit about Ben's story. Janet Fishman Newman's death 11 days before his 8th birthday left a cavernous hole in Ben's universe. And yet, while his mother passed away all those years ago, not a single day goes by without the reminder that she helped him be the man he is today. So, Ben, the man you are today is the man who's on the Full Potential Show. Thanks for being here.
Mr. Full Potential, thank you for having me. It's great to be with you.
So let's give people, first of all, some context about the kind of fight that you feel is the good fight. You know, how would you define that, and what really started this fight in your mind?
Well, keep in mind that, we as individuals, we're all different from our DNA to the way that we smile. So, my fight is going to be different than your listener's fight. So I think at the end of the day, it's we as individuals defining what it is that we are passionate about and what it is through any obstacle that we face, any adversity that we face, that through those obstacles we are willing to persevere and keep fighting because of our beliefs and our passions. And that's really what I learned from my mom is you can persevere through any obstacle. And keep in mind, I'm not unique. I'm not the only one with a story. So it's you as the individual listener finding your passions to fight your good fight.
Well, and specifically in your life, Ben, this was your biggest fight ever. I mean, it sounds like even as being 8 years old, your mom was a significant influence in your life and really set you on the right track. So this loss was a huge loss for you early in life, and that's what really kind of lit the flame for you to do what you're doing now. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, I in my life and in having the opportunity to speak all over the country and really have fun with audiences and to engage with the audiences, it's really taking a look back and saying, sure, that's my fight, but it's helping from lessons I learned from my mom with individuals in their fight. And sure, this was a big fight, and I'm going to be through other fights, but it's the lessons that I learned from my mom that have given me the ability to persevere and fight to be successful personally and professionally every day. And that's an everyday choice.
Yeah. And I think it's an interesting metaphor. It says that we all have a fight, and perhaps our main fight is what we need to concentrate on here. So, everybody who's listening right now, I mean, think about what is your main fight right now? And I think we all have one, don't we? I mean, our main challenge, and we're in the ring with that bad boy right now. And we're going to talk about how you can have your Prizefighter day so you can be a champion. These are 3 things that can totally change your life in the way that you win this fight. And I want to dive into that and talk a bit about that. So, Ben, you've got this concept, your Prizefighter day. What is that?
So the Prizefighter Day was developed for individuals on a daily basis based on their passions, their desires in their life to create daily victories. And I think what's happened because the world is so complex is that so much fear comes into the equation and the naturalness to be problem-centric thinkers gets in the way. Well, the Prizefighter Day takes you as an individual back to the basics. Back to having a passion for the process of what you do. And it's about identifying 3 things that you can do every single day that are activity-based, that make you feel good, that get you energized, that if you can achieve those 3 things on a daily basis, you can have a victory every day. And most people don't wake up saying, I want to be a loser. Today I want to be a loser. It's about going out there and fighting for that win every single day to make a difference and to really establish your legacy in your life, which is what my mother taught me, the importance of legacy.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. I mean, obviously, nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a loser today. But there does seem to be a sort of complacency. If we were to observe the general whole, there's a complacency of people not necessarily getting up either and saying, I want to be a victor today. It's more like, I'm going to go through my day today. I'm going to survive. It's going to be another day. I'm going to encounter my challenges. I'm going to get in the ring and hope I don't get smacked around too much. It's a different mindset, right, Ben, to say, I'm going to be a victor today. I am going to achieve a victory that I feel good about by the end of today. That's a very different mindset.
It's a totally different mindset. And I'm not perfect. I'm learning every single day, having great mentors, trying to read great books, and I'm not perfect. And nobody's perfect, and it's one of those things where we are going to be involved in fights. We're going to have those tough times, but that's what makes success so hard. It's the ability through the good times and the bad times to get yourself up off that mat of life and continue to fight and to persevere. And typically what I find is people become so engaged and so energized when they choose those daily activities that excite them, that give them a reason to have their fire ignited in their belly when they get up in the morning. And that's what people love about the Prizefighter Day. Whether, one person's objective might be, today, if I go and I get my cardio in and I work out, and that is my key to feel good. It's getting the heart going early in the morning. That could be an objective. For somebody in a sales career, it could be, I look back at the year. Did I challenge myself? Did I push hard enough? Did I dial the phone enough? So if you were dialing the phone 20 times, but to really be successful and overcome the tough economy, it's going to take 30, do 30. Mm-hmm. And then I also like to encourage people, do something for others every day. Reach out to somebody who's been knocked down. Put a smile on somebody else's face. Put energy in other people's lives. And these are easy things we can do, and they're all our daily choice.
Yeah, and you're really hitting on the core of full potential, and that is routine, a high-value daily routine, some key activities that are going to give you the best and biggest return on investment. I'm curious, Ben, you've given this a lot of thought. What are some of the activities that you consider as being the biggest, most important to be a prize fighter every day?
Well, once again, I think it all comes down to the individual and what makes them tick in their head and their heart.
I want to know about you, Ben. Specific, this is specifically what do you...
You want to know mine. All right, so I will share mine, and I do this to provide context. But I want everybody, when I share these, to think about themselves on their path to success. So for me, James, I hate running. Well, one of my big goals is 2 weeks ago, I started training for my first half marathon. I don't like to run, but I'm going to challenge myself. I've got 2 young kiddos, 3.5 and 1.5. So I get up at 4 a.m. every single morning to work out because I believe the price of greatness is sacrifice. And it makes me feel good. It gets my endorphins going. I'm energized. So my runs towards that big goal of that half marathon in April is the first objective of my Prizefighter Day, along with the visualization and mental training that I go through when I'm doing my run and when I'm going through my workout. My second activity of my Prizefighter Day is for me to have interaction with clients or prospects every single day, at least 4 interactions, and then outbound phone calls, emails, points of contact to 25 people. These things are all in my control. It is in my control whether I can dial the phone or not dial the phone. Yes. And the third one, the easiest, the one that makes me realize this is my fight, what I'm fighting for, is for me to choose to not just be home, but to get home no later than 5:30, turn my cell phone off, and be present and focused and engaged in the love that I bring to my family.
Awesome.
So if I can do those 3 things every single day, I can say, oh, baby, we are making it happen, and I am living life. Regardless of the obstacles.
Do you grab like one of those big, heavy, like championship belts and hop around on the couch when you get home at 5:30? You're like, yeah, Prizefighter Day. Yeah.
I pull the Aaron Rodgers, baby. We just do the championship belt.
All right, so I want to point something out here, Ben, and these are critical. It seems so simple, but it's absolutely critical, and that is, first of all, that you have clarity on what those activities are, and second of all, you have clarity on how you'll be able to complete them. So it's not just get out and run. It's I'm going to get out and train at a certain time, and I'm working towards this bigger goal. I have a certain number of calls, a certain number of contacts, and I have a certain time that I'm getting home. And all of these things are important because they are within your control, and they give you something to measure your progress over the course of a day. And happiness, and this is where it all comes together. Happiness, in all the studies and everything they do, happiness really comes down to two main factors, and that is perceived progress and perceived control. And you have a way to measure and achieve both.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, you're hitting it right on all cylinders. And at the end of the day, it is the individual taking a step back and doing things in their life that they're passionate about. It's their Prizefighter day. If you woke up tomorrow and tried to do my Prizefighter day, it's not going to feel as good. You have to take ownership on what excites you, and you nailed it. Your explanation right there was perfect. But it's about their path to success. It's their journey of life.
I want to broaden out, too, what you actually are doing in this Prizefighter day, and that is you're hitting in different areas. And, we talk about the 7 major life areas in Full Potential. So what I see here is with the marathon, that's your physical, and that's really the core of everything, because that's going to give you your energy and your vitality. And then I think in your business, it's the financial, but there's also an emotional component to it because you love what you do. So all these, outbound phone calls, emails, interactions with clients is fulfilling you in a financial and emotional way. And then getting home at 5:30 is very much, I think, for your family, which is a social aspect. So you're also balanced in what your activities are. And maybe you've done that subconsciously, but that's also a critical component.
No, it is. And balance is so important. It's the balance of the personal and the professional, where I think people... oftentimes people say, well, I'm going to run really, really, really hard at work, and then I'm going to go be with my family. And I think oftentimes that's just, you're speaking that from fear, because you're fearful that you're going to lose something. But the reality is, if you work hard enough at it, you put the right teams in place, and you really become the CEO of your life. Leverage to others. Be willing to get help from others. Check your ego at the door. When you do those things, you can accomplish anything, and you can have balance. And, one thing, people can go to my website at bennewman.net, and under the blog, there's a full description, a written out article that I did on this Prizefighter Day concept to help you define what makes sense for you for your Prizefighter Day.
Beautiful. The website is bennewman.net. So that's bennewman.net. He's got an article on their Prizefighter Day. The book is called Fight the Good Fight. And Ben, is that on your website as well?
Yeah, it is. You can, there's a direct link to Amazon and Barnes & Noble and all the online retailers to give you more information about the book as well as the website.
Okay, and good news for everybody. If you want to pick up a copy of the book and you'll send a receipt to Ben, and we'll talk about how to do that, he'll also send you an autographed copy of his new book coming out called Pocket Truths for Success. Ben, where can they reach out to you if they get a copy of your book to get an autographed copy of your latest book coming out?
They can just send a email direct to me. They can find that email on the website. It's just bnewman@bennewman.net. And we look forward to staying in contact. That's what it is. It's finding great people, great mentors. My ability to follow you and the great things you're doing on your show. It's about people that can help you grow, and that's what's important in life.
Awesome. Well, you can certainly connect with Ben through his website. That's bennewman.net. The book, again, is called Fight the Good Fight, and you'll find an article on what we talk about in having a prize fighter day. And if you want to pick up a copy of the book and you send a receipt to Ben, his email is on his website, you will get a free autographed copy of Pocket Truths for Success. Ben, any final thoughts before we wrap up today's show?
I'd say this one final thought is that, regardless of where you are in pursuit of your goals for this year, give the remainder of this year your absolute best every single day. Years are 12 months for a reason. It's 12 rounds of a prize fight. Keep fighting, keep believing in yourself, and set the stage for an awesome 2012. Make that your best year ever.
And if you're listening to this and it's already 2012, you got a whole year, baby, to fight the good fight. So just keep on going, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, Ben. Well, it's great having you on the show. The key ideas here are to have a prize fighting day by focusing on 3 things that can give you victory every day. Even as you're aiming for your long-term goals, give yourself some sense of victory every day. You can learn more about the Prizefighter Day concept at bennewman.net and check out his books on his website as well. Ben, thank you so much for being on today's Full Potential show, my friend.
James, thanks for having me, and take good care.
You too. Everybody watching and listening right now, be sure and like and subscribe the Full Potential Show so you get more great insights from people like Ben and freebies that you'll only find right here on the Full Potential Show. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and take care, Ben. Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Full Potential Show, your number one non-boring source for personal development. I'm James Rick, and if you want to get more positive programming for your brain absolutely free on a weekly basis, just visit fullpotential.com.
If you like the Full Potential Show, you're going to love the Full Potential Club. What would you like most as a Full Potential Club member? Be 2 to 3 times more productive? Do what you're passionate about? Have more energy? Reduce your work hours? Travel the world? Enjoy an amazing lifestyle on a frugal budget? What if you could do them all? James Rick has been there and done it in ways that few people have. For anyone serious about taking their life or business to the next level, you know you've got to do more than just watch. You've got to do. Join James Rick and other like-minded people for an incredible $10 a month at fullpotential.com/club. Be educated. Be empowered. Be the best version of you. fullpotential.com/club. Try it free for 30 days.